What's good, everybody? It is your girl, Ticket Deshawn of all things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless Addicts. Here to bring you guys a recap on Tyler Perry's Ruthless, Season 4B, Episode 13, entitled Keep Fighting. And absolutely, each and every character definitely had to keep fighting throughout this entire episode. From Aaron, from Ruth, from River, Peter, like everybody in this episode literally had to keep fighting. And I'm going to tell you guys why. We saw where Aaron on the last episode, there were bright lights coming towards Aaron. It ends up being Deputy Sheriff Kate. Now, Sheriff, he's telling her who he is. He's Aaron. His father's a senator. His wife has been kidnapped from the Rockadushi compound. Like, she's on there. We need to go get my wife. Now, with that being said, he's saying I think we should go back to the sheriff department. However, Deputy Kate, I don't know what her problem was, but she decides to call Conley because Conley is the most upstanding individual that people can think of. Well, she calls Conley, and Conley pulls a switcheroo on her as well as Aaron. Of course, Conley is not, there's no good intentions behind anything that Conley does or says simply because of the fact that Conley is guilty. Like, he's been messing around with the Raku women. He's been messing around with the drugs, with the Raku or with the Rakadushi. So he decides to tell uh, Deputy Sheriff Kate to take him to a deer hunting lodge. This is where he wants Kate to meet or just stay there until his FBI agent, comes there. Yes, he has a couple of words with Aaron. However, we know that Conley is literally about to pull the switcheroo because he's dirty. There's no good, again, no good whatsoever in Conley. So then, you guys, we see a moment where we told you River was out in the woods waiting on Peter to return. Now it's 3 o'clock in the morning and Peter has finally returned to the camp. However, Peter knows that he is in a bit of trouble because he returned to the camp without Aaron. Aaron has escaped from him, and he knows that the highest as well as Daikon will punish him because he did not bring Aaron back to the Rakadushi compound. All he was supposed to do is have him make a phone call and then return. However, that did not work out. So Peter is telling River, okay, I'm back, but I lost old boy, so me and you, we got to get up out of here. Aaron, Peter is looking into the eyes of River. He tells him, I love you. It's our time. We got to go. But River is like, no, we cannot leave. We cannot leave. Because River, his intentions was to be able to leave with a stack of money, a grip of money. However, everybody, listen, y'all, everybody has a plan with somebody other than the actual group that they're supposed to be a part of. And River, his plan was to get in good with Peter, which was one of the soldiers that was close to Daikon, but get in good with him and take some money and get out of there. But because Ruth finessed or finagled up his plan to get the money, get the highest high enough so that he can get the money from underneath that bed, that did not happen. And of course, Peter is upset about this moment. He thinks that River has used him. He punches him and then he basically runs off. But, River, I don't know if I can believe River. I think River liked him. I don't think he loved him, but I think River was definitely using him to implement one of his escape plans. He definitely had a car waiting in the woods for them. However, because of the situation with Aaron, he was unable to follow through. So River is emotional. He's upset. He just got hit, but I think he's truly emotional at the fact that Peter has left him, and he asked Peter to come back for him, but Peter just refuses to. He does not want to come back on the Rocketouche compound because of what he may face. Then we're going to see Joan, of course, you guys, who pulls up on River and tells him, I knew you were up to something. I knew you were up to something. And River says, I told you he had a vehicle for us. So anyway, back at the sheriff's department where I wish Aaron was taken, but back at the sheriff's department, there is a moment where Cal and Desiree have to address the situation or the statement that was made by Andrew about Malcolm. However, they're not going to discuss the intimate side of it. They do have to discuss the fact that Malcolm went up there to that Rakadushi compound. His phone pinged off of that tower, so they know that Malcolm is somewhere near, but Andrew's probably not going to be the one that tells them exactly where Malcolm is. You know, Andrew does what he does. So anyway, you guys, we're going to see a moment where these two right here, Lewis and George, pull the blicky out on Peter. Now, Peter is trying to get that vehicle that he stashed out in the woods. However, he just, he kind of somewhat gives up. He just lets Lewis and George know, look, just go on and unalive me now. I lost Aaron. And they're like, man, the truck had a tracker on it. All you got to do, here's the tracker. All you got to do, take one of those AT4s or one of the four-wheelers and go look for them. Track them down until, you can get them back to the compound. That's all you got to do. So Peter is a little bit relieved at this fact. Even though they got the blickies pointed at him, he's relieved at this fact and receives the tracker and then runs off to go and attempt to find Aaron. Will he be successful? We're just going to definitely have to keep watching. So then there's a moment where Joan makes her way over to the trailer where Ruth lives. And Ruth is outside with her little nightgown on, her little undershirt dress on. And Joan, of course, is like, girl, put some clothes on, but that's at the end. Anyway, she's having a conversation about River not being able to get the money. His plan didn't go through. Of course, his plan didn't go through because Ruth didn't do what she needed to do, which was put the highest to sleep with the drugs, which the reason she didn't do it is because her daughter is yet to return to the Rakadush compound. So then we're going to see the ladies in the trailer, and it's morning time. It's time for everybody to get up. Lacey, of course, everybody's asleep because it's mad early. But the elder mother looks at Laura and says, okay, look like you need a little more dosage. Basically, in so many nutshells, she's about to go try to get her high again by feeding her because she knows that she has become disenchanted. The medicine is out of her system. Elder mother tells Zane to take Lacey to the washroom. She wants her to do all the laundry before dinner or before breakfast is over. And Lacey is like, and handcuff her in there. But Lacey is also at the point where she's like, she only wants me there, and then she wants me clean so that they can RAP me again and RAPE me again. Yes. And that is definitely the case. I hate that elder mother has decided to treat Lacey this way. But all I can say, elder mother, your time is absolutely coming. So then we're going to see a moment where elder mother is on her way to, help bathe the highest. And of course, the highest is like, oh, you don't have to do that anymore. I want Ruth to bathe me. I know you saw the pregnancy test, so I want Ruth to be treated as special as possible. She is going to treat her just as well as you would treat me. She's going to be the mother of the only child that I produce. So Ruth has this man clearly believing that he is the baby daddy. And we know there is no baby because Ruth finagled the pregnancy test. But of course, Elder Mother Marvel walks out and uses the BI double word in relation to Ruth, y'all. We should have known. We know Elder Mother can't stand Ruth, and for the highest to change this around and literally make Ruth the number one to do everything that the highest used to have Elder Mother do. Elder Mother is not happy about it. So anyway, at the jail cell, we see this agent by the name. His first name is Bill, and then he's telling Andrew, look, you trained me, you actually trained me. And he's basically trying to get Andrew to acknowledge what happened. Like, why did he turn bad? What happened at the Rakadushi compound that caused him to turn bad? Like, what really was it? And Andrew said, well, I told you back then when I was training you that you sucked then and you suck now. So basically, I'm not giving him any information. Andrew is not giving away any information at this moment. Is Andrew done for good now? Is he officially a Rakadushi cult member, we're definitely going to have to stay tuned. Andrew's going to have to go to he's going to have to go to prison if he doesn't escape. He's going to go to prison, and we're definitely looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next with Andrew. But then we see Elder Mother, and she's going to take Ruth the bag that has the cleaning supplies for the highest, bathing supplies for the highest, and she literally drops the bag on the floor. Just so disrespectful, even after the highest told her to treat Ruth like a queen, treat her just as well as you would treat me. um of course, again, Elder Mother don't like Ruth, so why would she treat her like a queen? So anyway, you guys, then we're gonna see River as well as Ruth have a conversation, and Ruth is like, "Listen, I'm not doing anything until my daughter returns, and I don't know when that's gonna be." So let's at this point, Ruth is the holdup. She's literally the holdup for the plan. Like they could have had money and been up out of there. Um, and I understand she wants to wait for her daughter, but right now you don't even know where your daughter is, Ruth. So you're gonna hold everybody else up because of you. So then we see Daikon. He receives a phone call from Sheriff Cully, and Cully is just letting him know your boy Andrew got arrested, and that guy Aaron, he escaped, but I got a guy on it. So of course he did not know. Daikon did not know any of this, but now he knows. Conley has called and confirmed everything. That's why Andrew is not back on the compound, because he's been arrested, and that's why Peter, who has lost Aaron, have not returned back to the Rockledge compound. So then the ladies are getting ready to go and take their shower. They're literally standing in line to take a shower. And lo and behold, the most disgusting dudes on the planet are standing there watching them as if they've never seen women before. Lewis, George, as well as Manny are there, and they are just watching. And they know at this point, they know who it is that they essayed. Of course, Manny wasn't a part of that because he's a little shriveled downstairs. But the two fellas, they know because Lacey is out there with the red on. But it's crazy. They're literally standing there just watching these ladies take a shower. Disgusting. So anyway, we see where Daikon has to go and report to the highest. Of course, the highest is like telling him to say good morning, and I'm fine. How are you? Like he's trying to have an actual conversation with him. But of course, every time Daikon goes to see the highest, he has to deliver bad news, and the bad news was the fact that Andrew got arrested and Aaron got away. And the highest says, well, and Daikon tells the highest, well, we got another plan. What we can do because the highest thinks they're going to watch him while he's waiting for him to leave the compound so that they can go into the compound. Basically, they're going to leave on ATVs, and then so the FBI won't even know that they've left the compound. All they'll do is think that the highest is on the compound all day, and there'll be a car waiting for them. But I think it's going to go down a whole different way, y'all. So anyway, we see Ruth, and she's talking to Lewis, and she's telling Lewis, look, I'm going to get you your 300K, but I need you to come back for me and my daughter. And I have a way to get the money out of there. Basically, she's going to take the basket in there one of the baskets, and she's going to start filtering out money, and she's going to start hiding it. So Ruth has her plan with George and Lewis, and we'll see if that one ends up working. She says everybody got to have a blicky. Even your girl Bridget's going to have a blicky in order for all of this stuff to work. So we're going to see for sure whether or not Ruth and her plan comes through. She's still waiting on her baby girl, so we don't know. But then we see where Mac, unfortunately, has met up with Aaron and Deputy K, and oh my God, look at the look on Aaron's face. He doesn't know who to trust, and I'm disappointed that Kate did not use her wise thinking to understand that Mac was dirty, because Mac was not at the place. He was one of the ones that was dirty, that even Desiree and them knew he was dirty. I wish they would have relayed this information to to Kate. However, they kind of kept things secret with her as well. And of course, Conley wasn't going to tell the truth. So with that, y'all, we see where it's finally officially revealed. I don't know how many more times it's got to be revealed, but Mac is dirty. Somebody said, I wonder if I think, what if Kate is still alive? I don't think Kate is still alive. Kate got a blicky hole in the back of her head. That is it. Do not disturb. Do not get $200 and go past go. Mac is dirty. He is throwing Aaron in the trunk of his car. And that was the end of the episode, you guys. What did you guys think of this particular episode? What would you rate this episode? All the other episodes were absolutely crazy. Of course, I'll be forever disappointed in Matt, but we knew that Matt was dirty. That's about it, y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in and tuning in with your girl, Tika Deshawn, of All Things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless Addict. New to my channel, find me for the first time, please hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you can receive reminders of Ruthless content, okay? All right, y'all, that's about it. Thank you so much, and you already know, stay ruthless.
Shoot a whole clip, firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was